Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Michael back with layout update number 3. And so, so a lot has changed, not just with the layout, but in our life. The whole world pandemic going around. Um, you know, I hope everyone's practicing, social distancing and all that good stuff. But to kind of, I guess, ease your minds, everyone, I'm going to be talking about my N scale model railroad. So, not much has really changed since my last layout update. I mean, I've shifted the track plan. You know, I got those buildings which I showed in my last update. But I'm going to be talking about stuff I got in, for Christmas of last year, on with currently the only train show I went to this year. So we're going to start with locomotives, and then I'm going to show you stuff I got at the train show, and then we'll end with layout progress. So the first locomotive I'm going to show you is this Kato Santa Fe Alco PA I got for Christmas. And the following engines are all Kato, and this engine is very unique. I do have a lot of Santa Fe uh, diesel locomotives and a few steamers, but this one is very unique. I've always been very attracted to the Alco PA. I love the sort of blunt nose. Nothing against an F or E unit, but this engine looks very unique and very cool. Next up is one I've been eyeing for probably a few years. This is a E9 unit, number 962, and I think this locomotive looks amazing. Now, I think this would be more suited to pulling coaches, but it still looks good pulling freight, and I'm no expert on the E8, but I love the sort of stretched out E units. They look like very stretched out F units, if you get my drift. Next up is my third DCC locomotive. I traded a second one last year for a DC locomotive, but that's not important to this. So this is the honoring our veterans unit for Union Pacific. I love the paint job. I love the silver. I love the American flag. I love the camo. This is an awesome runner, and I think you can still find these on Train World. The detail is 10 out of 10 for Kato because the models are expensive, but you get really good detail for the price you pay. And then we probably have one of my favorite engines. This is a ES44 in Union Pacific colors. I love this thing. The reason why I picked this one up is because whenever I'm rail fanning, whether it be in Houston or Rosenberg, I see these locomotives all the time down here in Southeast Texas. These things look awesome. I love the American flag. I also got this because when I was filming for 4014, back when I saw it, one of the best days of my life, I remember there was an ES44 present, and I tried to get a number that was as close to as possible. I think it started with, I think it was in the 5,000s, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't this number. But all in all, this is an awesome locomotive and an awesome addition to any modern fleet. Alright, so give me just a second. I'm going to be going under the layout to get some stuff. Well, one item really. But you can just look at these beautiful, beautiful locomotives of mine. And I'll try to take the tripod. Do I have all the stuff I need to show you? I do not. Jesus is also, like all my videos, is unscripted. Bingo. So, the items I'm going to show you are not in order at all, but just deal with that. I'm sorry. So, the first thing I'm going to show you is this N-scale crew car kit, and it was $6, but I actually didn't pay for this. I got it for a trade. So, one of the first purchases I made was a HO scale water tower. Big oopsie. and I actually didn't know until about the end of the show. But fortunately, I traded it out for this. While I can probably put this together, I don't have Gorilla Glue or Super Glue handy, so I might have to wait till after the social distancing dies down a little, so I can maybe drive and go get some glue. Oh, and life update, I got my license about a month ago. Yippee! Anyway, this is really nice, and what's uh, God bless this tripod. Otherwise, it'd be a mess. So this has never been opened by the looks of it, and I'm actually curious to see how it all put together. Now, fortunately, I do have like 2 or 3 pocket knives, so those would probably come in handy. Don't want to steal Eric Strain's thunder with his knife collection. And I actually didn't get not one, but 2 kits. So this boxcar right here was my very first kit. It was a Microtrains boxcar kit, and I'm gonna be honest, Microtrains hands down makes the best N scale rolling stock. Period. I love the detail, and while the wheels are plastic, that's just a small price to pay for detail. So I put this completely together, and it actually was pretty easy. I think it took about 10-15 minutes. It was actually quite fun. Now, it's not the best because, well, of course, this was assembled by a 17-year-old. What do you expect? But it was pretty easy. And I actually really like the car, and I actually might start getting more of these to kind of populate the layout. The only thing is, I need to letter them. I might letter them for East Coast and Southern, which is my fictitious Class 1 road, but that's a whole nother can of worms, and that will completely derail the video. No pun intended. So aside from kits, I got some actual finished rolling stock. So here we have a smooth roof boxcar in Northern Pacific livery. So I have a lot of 50-foot boxcars, but I don't have any with this smooth roof, and I don't think I've ever seen these before at any train show, but it's a really nice boxcar. The doors open, which is always nice. Sometimes I will stick a little rubber turtle. Don't know why I do that. I just think it's funny. But I really like this piece of rolling stock. It's very unique and feels a little bit more high-end, if you get my drift. Okay, I don't know why I said high-end, but it looks cool. Here we have probably my favorite part of the show. Well, what I got. This is a Union Pacific double-door boxcar, the Challenger merchandise service. Now, I have a lot of UP stuff in my collection. You know, I have the 844, and I got a bunch of UP diesels. But this boxcar is pretty unique. At train shows, it's always the luck of the draw, because you never, ever know what you're going to get. So this is an excellent piece of rolling stock. The doors open, and it's just nice to look at as well. I love, running this in the layout, and I always feel a little guilty when I have to put it in storage whenever I rotate my rolling stock. And we come to the last item at the train show that I got. It is this reefer car, half stock ale, Cranston, Rhode Island. So I guess anyone who's from Rhode Island might get a kick out of that because it's from your state. So I got this because I'm a sucker for reefers. I love the detail. And I think it makes a nice compliment to my Carlsberg beer reefer I got back in New Braunfels. I just butchered that because it's German, and me no speak German. Okay, so that does it for stuff I got for Christmas last year. And now we're going to get on to layout progress. And first I'm going to just pull my daylight out of the way so you can see it better. Beautiful steam engine. Okay, so I'm actually going to remove my phone from the tripod. So You see where this passing sighting is with these boxcars? I ordered a Kato left-hand turnout off of Amazon a while ago. However, due to the whole, virus, it's still taking a while to ship. It only just, last I checked, it's, it like just shipped from Tokyo, so my guess is probably end of this month or early May, I should be getting the new turnout, and that'll be really nice, so I can, have a little spur line, and that'll finally let me, okay, say this is a building. I could pretend, maybe this is like a corner store or a grocery store. I could drop off some reefers, I could pretend like I'm unloading like some groceries for the day. I could come back later, pick up the reefers, drop off some boxcars with maybe pretend I'm dropping off like furniture or toys or anything like that. I just think it's cool. Also, this back siding is kind of new. I altered my track plan a little bit. My curves used to be a lot wider, and while speaking of track in general, I actually I might start getting more Kato unit track because I've pretty much used up all of my available track. And it's a thing you do with model railroading, you use up all your track. So, well, that does it for this video. Sorry for any background noise, but stay healthy out there. Please practice social distancing and spend time with your family, run your trains, and just chill. Well, I'll see you next time, and have a good night.